Okay, so we're out in the garden. I can't even tell you. I can't even walk through it anymore. The tomatoes are in, just growing everywhere. And I've got my little dogs constantly hunting in my garden. They love the frogs and the rabbits. They dig a bunch of holes down at the bottom, and Cross has always got his snoot trying to flush them out. Garden is exploding. Check out this zucchini. See if I can get it. Look at this. It's amazing. And I've got my melons. They're beautiful, ripening up. Beautiful sunflowers. My corn is, who God knows, 10 feet tall these days. So yeah, it's all fresh. It's all good. I love this time of the year. I love being in the garden. I was in the garden 5 o'clock this morning, picking away. Little chili peppers. I mean, look at them. They're great. And I've got some big peppers. Check it out. I mean, it's just great this time of the year. I highly recommend that everyone does a home garden. It's a little bit of work, but man, is it worth it. You're getting all fresh veggies. So I'm going to take this back in the kitchen, this zucchini. I'm going to cut it up, and I'm going to make my notorious zucchini parmesan. Come with me. Here, I have all these lovely tomatoes, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut the stumps off. That's it, and I'm going to throw them in. Cut them up. And that's it. Oh, they're so fresh. Everything is just coming out of the garden at a rapid pace. I've been baking every night to keep up with the zucchini. I've been making zucchini bread and freezing it for the winter. And pretty soon I'm going to do some jarring here on the show. I'm going to do some jarring of the tomatoes. And it's so nice to be able to go and get yourself a fresh jar in the winter of tomatoes. It's like summer again. Okay, and see, I'm just cutting the tops off, and let's let that roll. There we go. And that's it. I do skins and all seeds. You could deseed them, you could take them out, the seeds. You could take the skin off. I like it with. So now I'm going to start down on the sauce. I'm going to add my olive oil, and it is my special olive oil that I make with all the basil seed. Check it out. It's just smells beautiful. Now I'm just going to put this down in the pan. I would say 4 to 5 tablespoons. Nice generous heaping of that. Let's turn this on. Let your oil heat up. In here, I'm going to put down about a cup of onions. Just put that in your pan. Wait for that to sizzle up. Put 4 garlic cloves in there. A little salt. I've got some fresh black pepper going in. Here you go. This is the flower of the basil. Just add it in. That's cooking up. Everything is farm to table with me, and that's what Tasteful Adventure and my show is all about. Going into that garden, picking it fresh. I mean, I barely have gone to the grocery store since my crop is coming in, and it's wonderful. I'm saving a ton of money, and it's just so much fun to be able to go into the garden and get these fresh vegetables. Okay, so that's ready. They're clear, they're ready, and we're going to dump in our sauce. Perfect. Okay, go again with the fresh ones. We're going to drop more down. There we go. Cut them up. Take our tops, cut them in half, and get them in. I've got all varieties. Lots of different varieties, I should say, coming out. I got small ones, San Marzanos. I have little cherries. We have it all. And these go. The little ones you don't need to cut up. Let's get the end off of that one. Perfect. Let's go again. Dump those down. Perfect. Sauce is spitting up. Here we go. Grind it up. These I'm not going to do as a puree. I'm going to leave these a little chunky. They're done. I want a little chunk in there. So, there you go. Perfect. Let's give it a whirl. Oh, smells wonderful. And that's it for the sauce. Pretty simple. Now you could cook this for about, I'd say half hour, and then use it. So now I'm going to start on my zucchini. This is from the garden. Look at it. It's gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is slice it up. I have my egg wash here. I have about 6 eggs that I beated. Add a little bit of salt to your eggs, to your flour, and these are my homemade breadcrumbs. Very simple. What I added to the breadcrumbs is parsley, garlic, and salt, and some basil. So real simple. It's homemade bread, stale bread that we had, and that's what I'm going to use. So here, what I'm going to do is just take my ends off. You know, just nice sized chunks. Slice them up. There you go. And just slice that whole zucchini up. And then you could either bake this. I am going to fry it. Of course, I don't do anything the skinny gal way. I have to do everything pretty fattening. So I'm going to fry this up. Now, what I'm going to do with the zucchini is I'm going to salt them up on my board. Just like that. Throw salt on it, mush it around. Okay, don't salt one side. And then I'm going to pepper them up. And that's it. There we go. Pepper them both sides on the pepper. And I'm going to throw some of my lovely olive oil down. And you're going to have to fill it for frying. So we all know how to fry. And there we go. Let that heat up. Finish peppering. There we go. So good. I can't wait to eat this. I'm starving. And I have Nick, my producer, here. He's going to have a fabulous lunch. Okay, here's your wash. This is the way it goes. We're going to flour it up. We're going to egg wash it. There you go. Let it drip off. Put it in your homemade breadcrumbs. Delish. And there it is. Just lay it off to the side and just repeat the process. And that's it. Simple and easy, and then we're going to fry them. Okay, so our oil is ready. Just lay that in. Perfect. Perfect. Look at that. Yum. Have room for one more? Yes, I do, right in the middle. And that's it. I mean, you could smell the basil in the breadcrumbs. Real simple, like I said. The breadcrumbs, put basil, parsley, just handfuls. I mean, just put them in and put them in your food processor and let that all mix up. You could even add Parmesan cheese if you'd like. I mean, I will add that in the recipe in a little bit. But if you want to add them to your breadcrumbs, a little Parmesan, you can. So they're all fried up. Take a look. They're coming out. They're perfect. Oh, look at this. Now, I have this little pan that could go in my oven, And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spoon some of the sauce right at the bottom. Perfect. See that? Just put a bit of sauce. And I'm gonna dampen the oil off. And I'm gonna layer it. Check it out. Just throw it in. That's perfect. Yum, yum. I've got my fresh mozzarella right here. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna use some Parmesan. And I'm gonna just put that on there. Perfect. And then I'm gonna layer it with some fresh basil right on top. Okay. And then I'm gonna repeat with my sauce. Smells so good. There we go. And I'm gonna layer again. Drop it down. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna salt it up a little bit. Pepper it up. And layer again. Nice big piece of cheese. Yum. Put that on there. Perfect. Look at that. Basil again. There. And sauce it up. Here we go. Yum. That whole tomato. Yummy. And that's it. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. Now, we could add another layer. Let's do it up. Let's go again. Add another layer. I can't wait to eat. I'm starving. Here we go. These are frying up nicely. We got a layer down. Let's cheese it up. Basil it up. There we go. Just throw that lovely basil. All right. And sauce it up again. Lots of sauce. Don't be skimpy on your sauce. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to shave it. Some Parmesan. There we go. All right, gang. And this is it. This is my Zucchini Parmesan. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pop it in my oven and let it melt down. And it's as easy as that. I mean, not so easy, but you know, it's worth the time it takes to make.